Okay, so when you're going to do your storyboard, first thing you have to think is you have to come up with your idea first before you start. You need to have a story. It needs to be complete. You need to have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it needs to make sense. So be thinking about that first. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to send a copy, because this is a PDF, to Notability so that we can draw on it. So you're going to import it. Great, send to Notability. Then you're just going to switch over to Notability. Ta-da, there it is. Okay. So each of these boxes that you see on your screen represents one scene. Okay. So each box is a different scene. So let's take a story that you're really familiar with. Lion King. So the scene in the beginning where all the animals are greeting the new lion cub that's been born. Okay. So, you've got all these animals, right? And I told you I'm a really great artist. Okay. So you have all the animals, and in the lines below, once you get your whole picture sketched, we're going to pretend this is all done. Whole picture sketched. Then in the bottom on the lines, you're going to write a really brief description of what's happening in that scene. So animals are meeting Simba. Okay. And Rafiki holds him up and the song is going, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's that whole scene. So that's a lot of time. In the movie, that scene takes several minutes. But in this storyboard format, that's only going to take up one box because that's one scene. Now, when the action changes, your scene changes. And I honestly can't remember what comes next in The Lion King, so whatever. You get the idea. Next, let's see. Let's take another one. 3 blind mice. All right, we've got mice. Like I said, really great artist. Okay, so we have 3 mice. 3 blind mice. Okay. So 3 blind mice, see how they run, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the next scene would be the mice running, trying to catch the farmer's wife, right? So that's the next scene. They all run after the farmer's wife. And then the next scene, she chops off their tails with a carving knife, right? So there you go. 3 blind mice. But again, it's important that you remember that you are going to be doing almost 300 pictures in your final movie. So you need to have a lot of scenes ready to go. So let's see. Let's just do the math for fun, shall we? So if I pull up my calculator here, and that's the wrong calculator. Why does that calculator do that? Anybody know? Anybody? All right. So if we have 290 pictures, you have 16 scenes that you can draw. See, 4, 4, 4, 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So you have 16 scenes. So if you have to do 290 pictures, 16 scenes still means you need just over 18 pictures for each scene. So if it's really short, if it doesn't have a lot of movement or a lot of motion to it, you're not going to get almost 20 pictures out of a scene. Some of your scenes are going to be longer, some may be 30 or 40 pictures long, but again, thinking time-wise, that's 3 or 4 seconds. So it's unlikely you're going to have a lot of those. So you want to make sure you have enough filled in that you are not going to run out of things to film before you meet your limit, before you hit that magic mark to get an A in all of your sections.